welcome to my channel Mummy in the Middle. Today we have a special little guest. This is Paige. Are we going to say hello, Paige? Or just blow bubbles? Say hello! And she's come to help us with today's video because it's about her favourite topic, breastfeeding. So I'm going to be telling you today my top 5 breastfeeding tips. Now I do want to state here that I am not a breastfeeding expert or a lactation expert, and if you are having any problems or that you've got any concerns, then you really should speak to a lactation specialist. You can usually find them in the healthy baby clinics, or you can speak to a health visitor and they will put you in the right direction. So these are just personal to me, and these are my top 5 tips for breastfeeding. So tip number 1 is what I call the magic purple cream. It's not actually purple and it's not really very creamy either. It's more like a kind of gel or a putty, but it's called lancinol lanolin, and it is literally the best cream for your nipples. So you can put it on as a barrier to protect your nipples from getting sore. You can use it on sore nipples and it will just help them to heal a lot quicker. And it's also perfectly safe for baby, so you can pop it on your nipples and you don't have to like clean it off if you're going to feed them. They can just feed with it on and it's fine, it's not any trouble for them. So yeah, so that is the best cream that I have found. And I have breastfed twice. I've had 2 babies, I've breastfed both of them, and that is by far the best thing that I've used. So tip number 2, 2 weeks of pain. There are a couple of weeks at the beginning of breastfeeding that are extremely painful. Maybe not for everybody, and I know that a lot of people say that if it's painful you're not doing it properly, but I don't really believe that. I think with both of my babies, they were latching properly, they were feeding fine, but it was just painful, and it was just an adjustment sort of period for your boobs really. But yeah, it can be, sorry, she's got a bit of a cough at the moment, haven't you, darling? It can be toe curling pain, it can be grit your teeth, grin and bear it kind of pain, and it's really unpleasant. But the good news is you can get past it. It does go away after a couple of weeks. You'll be right as rain, and the pain will be gone and there'll be no discomfort, and then it's just lovely from there. Obviously if you do still have discomfort, then you could be having some kind of problem, and then again it's best to see a lactation specialist to sort out the problem. So tip number 3, the method. Everybody comes in different shapes and sizes, and everybody's boobs are different shapes and sizes, and so not every method is going to be useful for everyone. So you've got the cradle method, and you've got rugby hold, and all sorts of different things. I've seen a lot of mums who can just pop their baby on their boobs and they've got 2 hands free and they can just go about their business. Personally, that doesn't work for me. I've usually always got to have one hand on a boob to stop from suffocating her. But again, that's all just down to everybody having different shapes, different sizes, different nipple placement, all of that kind of thing. So just, play around, figure out what's best for you and just go with it. Don't look at what everybody else is doing and think, I want to do it like that, because, you could try it, but it's not necessarily going to work for you that way. So yeah, I've seen people actually standing, I haven't seen it in real life, but I've seen pictures on the internet of people breastfeeding upside down or standing on their head. Probably not something I'm going to be trying anytime soon, but each to their own. So tip number 4, public breastfeeding. It is a learning curve and it does take practice, and the chances are you are probably not going to have a baby and then suddenly just be like, yeah, I'm breastfeeding in public and I'm wonderful, because it doesn't really work like that. It usually takes practice. You've got all the fiddly stuff of trying to figure out how to feed without getting bits of flesh out everywhere and stuff like that. And it takes confidence, I think, because, it is a bit nerve-wracking at the beginning. You're not used to having to get your boobs out in public. But yeah, so it is a confidence thing. And obviously, try to ignore all the negative things that you hear about people that, sort of tell you off for it and stuff, because I don't think that really happens all that much anymore. And if it does, then shame on you, because that is just awful. But, don't let that stop you, because once you've got the confidence and you've practiced it a little bit, you'll be fine. Tip number 5, do what you need to do for you. If you decide that you don't want to breastfeed anymore, that's fine, do what you want to do. If you do decide that you want to breastfeed and there's something stopping you or something that's sort of getting in the way a bit, then do what you need to do to make you comfortable. So I used, this time around feeding Paige, I used the silicone nipple shields, because I had one breast that was just ridiculously painful, and I was in tears every time I fed her. So I used a nipple shield on that breast just every time I was feeding her on that one until it sort of healed, and once it was healed I was able to just continue breastfeeding as normal, and that really helped me. I've heard of some women who feed only on one boob because for whatever reason they can't feed on the other one. I don't know, you know, maybe it's that it's too painful or that there's some other issue in the way. But you know, I would imagine if you need to just feed on one breast for a little while, then that breast would be able to cope with the milk need. Oops, there goes the lights. But yeah, so basically just do what you need to do to make you comfortable, because you know, it is happy mummy, happy baby after all. So, you know, they don't want you to be sat there crying your eyes out because things just aren't working. They just want to be fed and be happy and have happy mummy, don't you? Huh? So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my top 5 breastfeeding tips, and I really hope that they're useful. And if you've got any comments or any questions or any tips of your own to share with me, then please comment, and please subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thanks very much for watching. Say bye, Paige!